What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 61 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we got a nice battle with Rudy as he attacked Musion's forces and destroyed their main, or captured their main territory other than Musion itself. I suppose the only territory other than Musion itself, and Vlad destroyed Festus for at least, I think, one last time, maybe one more time after this as he moves to Brass Keep, but we shall see. Otherwise, we ended off the episode with Throg attacking the Tower of Crack, where we have no walls, but a little garrison full of garbage units to hold stuff off. Now, it is unfortunate because we don't have any corpse carts here, which significantly power up these units, and it would be much better if we did have it. But the garrison here is pretty okay, so I think we should have a decent time of it. Though the two mammoths and the Norscan giant in particular are going to be very difficult to bring down. Hopefully, Dirk can deal with them at least to some degree with his Spirit Leech and his personal damage, but let's find out. Alrighty, here we go. Throggy against an absolutely massive number of basic zombies and skeletons. Would be really a lot better if we had access to the unliving host so that our zombies did a little bit more damage, and same thing goes to the rest of the units, but I think we should be reasonably confident by virtue of numbers, if nothing else. We've certainly won against much more elite forces with just tons and tons of basic units to overwhelm the enemy many a time before, and I do expect we will do so many a time again. We also do have a few decently elite units, like 4 units of Graveguard. We have our typical Crypt Core unit that I always like to summon at least one of to travel in a little elite blob together with our Lord, which we will be using to focus down those mammoths and giant. And of course Throg himself. We also have three sets of Black Knights, one with lances and barding and 2 regular, and 4 crypt ghouls that are waiting in the wings and hiding in the forest. Well, not really necessary to hide them in the forest because they have stock, but we are still doing so. Now I'm going to speed this up a little bit while the armies essentially approach each other. We've got a little bit of a fight going on between us and the Marauder horses. I guess we could watch this. But otherwise, once the horses are out, we'll speed it up until the armies clash, as it were. Not so interesting to see them just stare at each other across the field. Ooh, yeah, nice little claw swipe, bringing down 3 enemy Marauder horses with a single swipe, and another 2 with that one. Not enough enemies blobbed up, and can you get these 2 next, please? And yes, you can. Although it looked like that one got brought down by the mob of zombies instead. Even some Graveguard are here to help out with that, and it looks like this unit of Marauder Horsemen is out, though I'm sure it'll come back. The other ones don't want to fight, it seems, so we are going to speed this up, and it seems, for whatever reason, the AI army, broke or something a little bit. They all went into a massive blob. Imagine if we had, a Pit of Shades or a Purple Son of Zareus just to drop on top of that. That would have been pretty obnoxious. But fortunately, it seems now the anthill has been kicked for whatever reason, and they are going to start moving towards us. Lovely. They are also going to start spamming Searing Dooms, which is quite dangerous to our relatively weak units. Well, no relatively about it. Well, I don't know why I keep saying relatively. To our fragile units, lots and lots of Searing Dooms can just kill hundreds, if not thousands. So we do have to be careful, and we will have to try to focus down that sorcerer as soon as we can get him. Now, originally I was hoping to draw the enemy into a fight towards the trees, but since they were sort of milling around, I decided to send the rest of our army forward to annoy them manually. So I guess we'll have to deal with it like this. Looks like Throg has used his puke on one of the units of zombies, and they did take a little bit of damage there, about a third, and now the giant's going to start getting to work on them while they're all standing in a pile of puke. Not, of course, that they care that much, because they're zombies. Alrighty, and we're beginning phase 1 of our standard battle procedure with these massive piles of units. And phase 1 is, of course, tire the enemy out with the zombies and absorb as much ammunition as possible. Then, while this is happening, we're going to slowly start moving our slightly more elite units, our skeleton spears here, and then, of course, our Strigoi together with his crypt horrors to focus the feral mammoth. We're also going to take the opportunity to start moving our fast movers around. Our ghouls are moving around the enemy army, and so are the Black Knights, trying to get ready and in position to attack all those Marauder Hunters. Looks like the first of the enemy mammoths is surrounded, and we are going to be repeatedly using Spirit Leech on it, together with the Lord and the Crypt Horse, and these 2 units of skeleton spears, all of which are surrounding it. Of course, we don't have very much in the way of elites, so this is pretty much the only way that we can bring these guys down, but we've seen it work before, and I'm sure, and I'm reasonably confident, I should say, that it'll work here as well. Alright, come on, you got him now. Let's see what that mammoth is at. He's at about half HP, and this one actually only fighting some skeleton spears, which are taking damage, but he's taking damage as well. Our knights have also moved around and are ready to start attacking the enemy Marauder Hunters. We've also used our bats to tie up another unit of Marauder Hunters, though they are in somewhat bad shape themselves. But yeah, the zombies and the skeletons are buying us time. More so zombies than the skeletons so far, but the skeletons will be buying us time shortly. And ooh, that was a nice overcast Searing Doom dropping down a massive blob of our zombies. Of course, we don't care so much about zombie casualties, but we'd still like to reduce those. In that light, our Lances and Barding units are going to charge directly at the Chaos Sorcerer and surround him. Lances and Barding, of course, if they were fighting a regular unit, they'd probably want to get the heck out, but they can surround and kill a single Sorcerer without too much trouble or needing to cycle charge. While the Black Knights are better at, acting as non-shock cavalry, because they aren't shock cavalry. Which is why we'll be using them to attack the enemy units. Alrighty, looks like that unit of Marauder Hunters with Javelins is dead. We've also seemed to have caught out a unit of Marauder Horses with our Ghouls as well as our Black Knights, so at least in the back line, we seem to be doing fairly well. In fact, I'd say we're doing fairly well in the front line, as well as the balance of power has very, very slightly shifted in our favor. Our allied troop count has dropped by about 2,000 units, but that's the 2,000 zombies we sent ahead of the rest of our force, while the enemy has lost a good 500 units themselves, and their units are a lot more valuable than ours are. And Dirk is here chasing down that feral mammoth, which is basically dead by virtue of the Crypt Horrors and the Skeleton Spears, who are going to now switch directions and attack the Skin Wolves, the Giant, and that other mammoth, which is also in fairly bad shape here, fighting both Graveguard and Spearmen. Looks like we could have used that combination to attack these guys as well. I'm gonna know that for the future. Our Black Knights are also now starting to hit the enemy battle line in the back now that they've pretty much destroyed all the enemy range, which is working out quite well. And the enemy Maws of Savagery, the Regiment of Renown Skin Wolves, Armored Skin Wolves I should say, are doing decent damage by killing zombies, but they're actually getting killed here slowly but surely by the Skeleton Spears. Perhaps the enemy should have used these guys, as they are anti-large, to be killing off our Black Knights instead of wasting them on piles and piles of zombies and skeleton spears. But hey, who am I to complain if the enemy wants to do something that gives us the advantage? Alright, keep working on it, skeleton spears. We are now out of zombies, and it's the skeleton spears and the Graveguard that are gonna make it work. Got a nice little pile of Graveguard and Black Knights working together here, and I do believe the unit that they trapped is destroyed units, I should say. And the balance of power continues creeping in our favor. Alrighty, Giant is still at pretty much full HP, but the Crypt Horrors are there now. We're also approaching the other mammoths, and Dirk is chasing around this mammoth here who is running through the woods, though the other one did come back. It ain't for long, and we are in fact going to send out a unit of Black Knights to chase these guys down, because they'll just keep coming back otherwise, and it's annoying to have to repeatedly deal with them. Throg is in the middle of fighting a bunch of skeleton spears together with Graveguard, and fortunately, while he does do quite a bit of splash damage, we do certainly have enough units to keep him busy and away from our elites, which is, well, the purpose of what we're doing here. Our Crypt Ghouls have moved in to help the Black Knights as well, and are now hitting the enemy army in the back. And I do believe the battle is very much in our favor now. Alrighty. Giant's starting to take a little bit of damage, but it's damn hard to bring down. Dirk's here either healing things or raising things. Ah, there we go, another unit of ghouls raised up, not only to help hit the enemy in the back, but now among the enemy. Ghouls randomly popping up out of the ground, sure thing. I could see ghouls burying themselves and then attacking an enemy. It seems like the skulky sort of attack that ghouls would make. Very nice. Alrighty, and now the Brutes of the Hound are pretty much done. The enemy army is in fact apparently routing. Looks like Throg is wavering, and the battle, just like that, is just about to end. Oh, really suddenly there. But let's see. Our losses were more than half of our army, but the enemy still died, and it didn't really cost us anything more than piles of zombies. Beautiful. Well done, and I guess we won't have to be bringing Throg down. We will try to give chase to the Giant. It is fairly slow, and I'm hoping that we can bring it down so we don't have to fight these guys again. Throg, it's pretty unlikely that we'll bring down. He's got regeneration and he's got nearly 10,000 HP. So yeah, fairly unlikely there. He doesn't have any physical resistance or ward save though, perhaps surprisingly, and his armor is kind of meh, but Throg is one of those deceptive heroes, which is actually somehow a lot stronger than it seems like it would be. At least that's been my experience from when I ran the Throg campaign. I remember many a time when the stats seemed to favor other lords, but Throg just ripped them apart for whatever reason. Alrighty, well obviously we're going to speed this up as we work through the rest of the remaining units. The Giant should be brought down any second. Down he goes. Fortunately, he did not appear to have crushed that Crypt Core there. I wonder if you can crush monstrous infantry. We've seen the larger units topple and crush smaller infantry, but I don't know whether that can happen to the big boys or not. I would imagine not, especially since they're also quite resistant to explosions and all that sort of stuff. Oh, and look, the Brutes of the Hound are actually still fighting. The battle technically is not over until the last of them are brought down. It is, however, very appropriate that it is a unit of berserkers, Khornate berserkers, that fight to the last while the rest of the army runs away. I like it. Bring him down. Alrighty, and how many more of these guys are left now? Let's see. I think that might have been the last one. Yeah, that was the last one. Alright, well, beautiful. Battle should be over any second now. Just gonna do a tiny bit of damage. We don't really need to heal, and even if we did, we probably have neither the mana nor the capability of healing all too well. We don't have Overcast, Invocation of Nehek. In fact, Strigoi aren't even capable of it, so it would be pointless. I suppose we could make use of the, not the Hunger, make use of the Curse of Undeath. To heal up a little bit, but I imagine, just judging by what we've achieved here, most of the enemy units have gotten surrounded and destroyed, and we probably should be able to destroy their remnants with an auto-resolve, but we'll see. Well, there we go. Gotta love these battles and absolutely overwhelming the enemy with sheer numbers when you lack elite units. They all got lots and lots of kills, by which I mean the enemy got lots and lots of kills, but once again, none of it mattered as we were able to just destroy them through attrition. Now, I can get about 2,000 magic money here, but I think we're wanting to heal up because we might be able to go after Throg and kill him, depending on how far he's moved away here. Tyrannok has randomly ended their non-aggression pact with us. What the hell are you doing, Tyrannok? Why? We now have military allies with all your friends. Well, at least Iate and Avalorn and Ivres, if not Nagaroth. But what the heck are these guys doing? I don't understand this faction. They're basically dead. It's almost like they want us to attack them. Weird. Very weird, but, you know, they're welcome to it. And you want a military access, conversely. No, we're probably going to kill you just because we're there. Vissenland wants a defensive lines as well. You should, but you ain't getting it. Because we probably want Nuln. I guess we shall see there as well. Ally mobilizes against settlement, and they're going after Lorelorn as we have told them to do so. Now, Be'lakor. And now we probably can't reach him, but he is kind of near us. I can't help but wonder, if we go into ambush here, would we be able to possibly draw him into a battle? We're down to 6 turns, so at this point, either we leave for Sylvania with Vlad now, or we don't get there in time. Which I think... I mean, I'm sure Yos can handle it. He can get there and he can deal with it for us. Yeah, you're still going over there. Right of Sotek for the last defenders. Enemy killed in battle. Defeated Throg for Durkee. Edmund doesn't matter. Sorry, Edmund. Throg, ambusher discovered. Yeah, we'll deal with you in a second, buddy. Combat focus, irrelevant. Corpse cart, unholy lodestone for Stefan Stahlberg, who is Aldous' guy. Yeah, that's fine. You can... No, you both have it. Perfect. He has a pretty massive Graveguard line, so it does make sense. And oh, look, it's Hamathane Frost going after Winterpyre. We've left Winterpyre undefended on purpose. We want these guys to get it. And oh, what is this? First of all, Wulfric, Port Strogoff still defended. He's still standing there. Could he possibly be broken? It's weird that he hasn't moved. I am so sick of the frickin' Druzhina Enclave, man. Please die. Please just die. There's no way to unvassalize somebody unless I'm mistaken. The unfortunate aspect of this is that Serena Katrin's gonna move over there. We could tell her to try to occupy something else, but what's the likelihood of this actually happening? We'll see. Maybe we'll manually tell her to go up here, even though I wanted those little Groms. Now, Throgi's still alive, so let us make sure that we have a decent amount of zombies here. We're gonna have to keep this army around. We are also going to join you two together. And we got 1 skeleton, so let's say you and you. And you two as well. 1 skeleton, 1 skeleton warrior, 1 skeleton spear, and as many zombies as we can handle. I'm almost tempted to get a couple doggos in here. You know, let's get a couple doggos just to chase stuff. They could have helped with bringing down those mammoths there. Now, oh, that actually worked? Okay. I guess that counts as recruitment, but we can't recruit these guys or raise these guys with any levels, but nonetheless. Go and kill Throggy. And auto-resolve this, close victory or not. And yeah, a little bit of damage, but who cares. And that's not a lot of healing, so we'll take the mana or magic. Keep thinking of it as mana, even though it's not. And then you're gonna go back to the Tower of Crack and you're just gonna sit there. We can take some time to heal up. The only reason we're keeping a unit here so as to not to lose the Tower of Crack, because it's a pretty old territory, and I'd really prefer not to lose it. Especially if we're going to trade it, and we probably are, we need Kislev to actually be here. In fact, it'd be beneficial to actually tell Kislev to grab Fort Strogoff right now, and then just give them the Tower of Crack as well. And then Aldous would be free to do whatever the hell he pleases, which is certainly something that we've been wanting to work towards. Anyway, Vladdy, the question with you is, do we try to go after Be'lakor? We can't do it right now because he'd just run away. Like, we could probably go to sea and touch his army, but I'm 99% sure he's gonna run. That said, would he be able to outrun Vlad? That's another question. And the only problem with that is then we leave Karn here to betray us, and to sally out of Brass Keep and probably take one of these territories. Mostly because they're relatively undefended, like, Crudenwald is an easy take. We could summon something there, of course. And we do want to take the Brass Keep for ourselves. It is a tier 5. Don't want to give it to, like, Dryker or something. You know, I'll have to think about that. Also, Middenheim, do we need to build anything here? I suppose we could build the Charnel Pit, but ultimately it doesn't matter. You know what, Vlad, go try for Be'lakor. I feel like you might be able to prevent him from doing anything. Oh, you can't actually go to sea. Huh, I guess because his army actually prevents you from doing so? It's a little bit annoying. I thought that you could still do this. Try going here a little bit closer? No, still not. Alrighty, fine then. We're gonna move right here. And we're gonna go into ambush stance. Maybe he'll land. I doubt it. Maybe he will, and then maybe he'll run right after. We'll see what happens. We'll suffer attrition for this, but what can you do? Tech Thief, I guess the only place you can go is either north or to Brass Keep. Considering the amount of tech thievery we still need to do before all research is completed, perhaps you could just go to Brass Keep and then start on your journey back to Castle Drakenhof. Now, we also need to see whether we can recruit any... Oh, damn. Necromancers, you're tough, which isn't bad. It's not bad. But it's not disciplined. But we could potentially put you into some other army, especially one that may need... Tough is nice because it'll be difficult to kill him, which is what Tough does. Oh, damn. Fregnus went down to the Falls of Doom. I was not expecting that. We're gonna have to summon a temporary lord there as well. Damn it. Alrighty. Annoying, but can't do much about it. Go after him. I doubt he's gonna try to attack us. We do have walls here, so I doubt he could take the place anyway, despite the fact that he has, or regardless of the fact that he has giants and stuff. Now, Renki, if we ignore this, we can continue in our attack here, which is probably the better way to do it. Might have to raid our own territory so we don't suffer attrition. Yeah, probably. Alright, fine. And just raid it. It doesn't really matter because we're going to trade Eagle Aries anyway. In fact, we can uncollect the income and just leave it as it is for now. Alrighty, Bathilda. Where are the remnants of this faction? They have no settlements remaining, right? Yeah. So this guy's dead. I'm really hoping that Ziltathios can take care of him for us. Oh, you're going to go after the Sunken Kernarch. Oh, damn. I was going to go after this for ourselves. Maybe he'll be willing to trade it to us. Because... Actually, speaking of... Draika, I just want to see, would you give us Stone Mine Tower? No, you would not. What about Dragonhorn Mines? No, you would not. 4.5. How much money do you want for this? That's a lot of money. Okay, that's not going to happen. At least it's not going to happen right now. Huh. Draika used to be very willing to give us all the stuff, but apparently not so much anymore. Which is what's going to make taking Sunken Kernarch difficult. I suppose we could give her... Well, we're not going to give her Ekrund. Okay, yeah, well, we'll think about what to do there. Maybe there will be some stuff that we can trade. Now, Pete, what do you have here? You can go to the Misty Mountain, just ignore Boilrin here. And I think we just auto-resolve. This is just a bunch of garbage Skaven slaves. Yeah. Alright, you're going to stay here. Occupy. For 2 turns, and what you're going to do... Skaven revealed, yada yada yada, War Banner... province secured, Blightwater, great. We are going to reduce the construction cost here. And we might as well build walls and another charnel pit here at Misty Mountain. We are now bordering with Lamia, and there's a very good chance that we will be fighting them eventually. They're still not friends with the Last Defenders, are they? I'll think about it, though. I mean, yeah, they do have some nice territories down here. Is it worth it fighting? It is if we make friends with the Last Defenders and keep them around. But then if we can't get access to other Tomb King units, although it looks like the followers of Nagash are staying alive. Okay. Alrighty, well, I guess we'll ignore them. But now I'm not sure where to send Bathilda, because I was originally sending her to the Sunken Kernarch, but if this guy's going there, there's no real need. Well, go south either way. So let's say right here. What I assume is going to happen is Wurzak's going to try to go for Morgheim or for Floating Village. Most likely Floating Village, because Morgheim's probably going to be difficult to take. But Bathilda can see him off. She can also heal up here. Oh, damn, I forgot. I was going to send out... you, Leopold. And again... Nah, it's fine. Oh, you can't leave the army because you've wasted all your points. Damn. That's my fault. That's my fault. We should check our additional vampires, though. So let's see, we got Devious, we got Confident, which is okay. I'd really prefer something better, though. And we still need a Vampire of Death. We could just send the Confident one out, and then if we find a better one later, we'll just send that one out. Alright, fine. Let's do that. You go down here, and you can carry a student while you're at it. Not that at this point we really need them. Like so. Alrighty, what else do we have left here? Rudy. Yeah, she's gonna... Oh, it's Lewin, it's not the Fey Enchantress. Yeah, they're not gonna win. Maybe... Here's hoping. What'll happen is that he'll sack it rather than occupy it. But if it doesn't happen, we'll have to probably pay him for it. Probably after the end is nigh happens in where the heck is it? Nagash, 6 turns, okay. Because we'll probably have to defend Lyonesse, and Rudy's probably going to have to stay here as well. Oh look, Zemo hasn't attacked Mistnar, that's a little surprising. I was thinking he'd go over here, but maybe he's afraid of getting immediately attacked by a Lariel, who for some bizarre reason is looking to ignore this place? No way. I'd really love to send Rudy there, but if this guy sacks Musillon, we have to take it for ourselves, so we can't do that right now. We could build a more so Valley Orchards, which I have been wanting. The growth here is pretty okay. But you know what? Now we gotta go with the walls. And the thing is, Musillon is very, very close by, and if a pile of enemy units spawns there, we're gonna have to try to figure out how to defend that. Also, have you guys still not killed the orcs here? They're gonna come back to Aquitaine. You really gonna make us deal with it? Okay, well, Rudy, stay where you are. Aldous. I guess you're staying where you are as well. You have to keep an eye on Wolfie. Just to prevent him from attacking the lair of the Troll King before it gets its walls up and running. Oh, wait. So Lair of the Troll King doesn't get walls. Okay, before it was green, but now apparently it isn't. That's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, because it says defenses the battles fought here will be unwalled settlement battles. Well then. Oh well, what can you do? And is Sioktraken the same thing? Considering it's a dwarven territory? Nah, still unwalled settlement battles.
What do you want?
Battles fought here will be unwalled settlement battles, yeah. Why would you lie, game? Why would you lie? Oh well. Okay, let's get back to whatever we were doing. Who still needs to move this turn? Roddy doesn't, Aldous doesn't, Renki doesn't, Yost doesn't, maybe I'll just call him Joe. Joe, Rudy, Rod, Pete. Who else do we have here? Edmund will be Eddie, although he's not coming back after Queek is dead. In fact, how dead are you, Queek? You're suffering attrition now. He's going to attack next turn, but he'll die. We may not have walls here, but I don't imagine he will succeed at this. Yes, I don't think so. Can't raise any more dead to find out. Alrighty, let's move the Tech Thieves and the Assassin around. You're exhausted, so not you, but you can stay with Renki. Tech Thief? You can go to Arnheim, Steel Tech there for at least a little bit longer. We'll also check out Diplomacy before ending turn. Failure, damn it. I hate when they have to run all the way to the max of their range and then it's failed. It's so anticlimactic. Use Steel Tech for 4 more turns. We'll try again. Success for you. Alright, you're doing well. Next Tech Thief. I know it's annoying with the Tech Thieves, believe me, I know. But it'll soon be done. We're almost done with them. You go Sunken Kernark one more time because there's nobody here, and I don't want to go south because we will once again find the birds. And is that the last? Oh, we moved you. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Alright, you're the last Tech Thief. You have done Volcano's Heart, so go back to the Tower of Flies. And we're looking good. Alright, success, and just to check, how many more turns do we need here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, is this 3 or 4? I'm going to assume it's 3, so 15, 16, 17 turns. Okay, yeah, we'll have to be stealing tech for a while yet, but I think close to when the end happens, or the end is nigh happens. Oh, we won't be needing to anymore. Alrighty, I believe that's it. Let us then summon our temporary lord. Let's do our buildings, and let's end the turn once more. So, Temp Lord here. Ooh, Uskalak, yes. Great Skull Lakes and Falls of Doom. No, let's upgrade Falls of Doom immediately. And recruit Lord. I'm not going to recruit Moldwyn. We're going to keep him around for when the scenario happens, and the same thing should go with Waller. And Jacob Bachman is decent because he does have the Spirit Leech bound. In fact, perhaps we'll go with you rather than a vampire. Wait. Anybody else high level? You're disciplined. Jacob Bachman is free. We could start leveling one of the vampires, but none of them has the Spirit Leech bound. Yeah, you know what? Let's go Jacob Bachman. But he's not going to be able to fight. And the problem here is definitely going to be the lack of units to kill the Chaos Giants and the Chaos Spawn. And you know what? He could get surrounded and killed by something. Nah, you know what? I think we have to go with a Vamp. And the question is, which type of Vamp? I really would have preferred a Strigoi here. We could go for a Necrarch. Might be a decent option, but Strategist... we could go for a strong Strigoi Ghoul King, rather than a Bloodline, but if we're gonna level somebody, it feels like we should be leveling Bloodlines instead, because they're just playing better. I really wish we could summon Maldwin here, but I'd rather... Though he will only be wounded for exactly 5 turns, unless I'm mistaken. No, but that'll... Yeah, no, we can't do that. And I know this is taking too long. You know, let's go for Dread Incarnate, the enemy leadership reduction and the cause terror for Wallach. Alright, that's you, buddy. And you have access to just Invocation of Nehek, so you won't be able to easily kill those giants or anything. We do have some decent units here, though. Let's get you 2 Crypt Horrors temporarily. And, oh, we actually ran out of zombies. Oh, so we have to summon basically everything here. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit more problematic than I was expecting. Should be plenty, though. Especially with the garrison forces. Or at least I hope so. We also have some points. I mean, if you have points, you're probably never gonna come back. But let's get you the Unliving Host. Or, wait. Or Raise Dead. Nah, we gotta go for Raise Dead and actually use the magic. And then Unliving Host just a little bit. Or do we go for Curse of Undeath, since 1 point probably isn't gonna make that much of a difference. Yeah, you know what? Aura of Supremacy, Invocation of Nehek, Curse of Undeath, and Raise Dead. That's the way. Actually, Aura of Supremacy... Yeah, you know what? -4 leadership plus the -4 leadership of this. Also, I just realized Dread Incarnate is completely useless because we have both access to Supernatural Horror and we have Zombie Dragons, so... Yeah, I really wish they'd take those away. We can also summon, like, the Tithe here. We're not using them. Get some ranged units. You know what? 2 Sylvanian crossbows. To kill the, to focus the giants, and then the Tithe. There you go. More than enough. Maybe I should have kept the Sylvanian crossbows up for when the end is nigh, but if we delete them, they should come back, unless I'm mistaken. Unless that's bugged again. Anyway. Aldous, you're good, everybody else is good. Let's just do our buildings real quick. And then try to find another battle. Also real quick, because we're running out of time rapidly. Ostland, yes, Castle von Rauken, we do want that gold mine. You're still not collecting income for now, and that's also fine. Barrier Idols, Death Gorge, yeah, we're good. Cursed City, Prague, yeah, we're gonna trade you shortly. Southern Badlands, yes, on the Salt. Skull Road. Carrick Doom, do we want to upgrade you for... our allies can upgrade the wall. We'll just wait until this and then we'll trade. Same with Carrick Flag. Midland, you're okay. We can get extra growth here, at least until we're ready with this stuff. Black Mountains, Migdovel and Galbarak costs too much, but we can build a Gibbet here at Carrick Hearn. Kislev, good for now. Valea's Sorrow, too expensive. Skaven Blight, good. Erikrund, good. Gibbet at Karak Azur, and Walls, similarly at Karak Azur. Zarek Zil, too expensive to build for now. And unlikely to get killed anyway. Grand Peak, good. Good. Erengrad, good. Blasted Wastes. Eastern Badlands. We could get another upgrade. Nah, we're maxed out with the Vampire Corruption. We're fine. Okay. Death Pass. Walls and Black Crags so we don't lose it. What's the likelihood anybody comes all the way here? There's no enemies left here, so yeah, it's pretty unlikely. It's not a priority. Good here. We could get the walls at the high place. Aha! Iron and Gibbet. And where is this Black Iron Mine? You need walls, so we're gonna have to get rid of the Lich Yard here. I guess we could upgrade the Sump Pit. No, but it's expensive again. Karak-Kadrin, good. Oh, actually, Karak-Kadrin. If a bunch of armies appear here, you could potentially get attacked. I doubt it, but let's not risk it. Fyldorf is ready for an upgrade, but it's too expensive for what it'll offer us right now, which is basically nothing. Same goes for Aberheim. Blightwater looks good to me. Ah, wait, Misty Mountain. No, wait, that's a... it's not a green territory, so no. Magritta, yes, to borrow, definitely need walls, and definitely need Gibbet. We're probably going to get attacked by the Dread Fleet relatively shortly. And speaking of, we'll hold on the rest of money, and I just want to double check our quick deals. What do we have here? Ironbrow's Expedition, Nordland, Talabekland, eh? Probably none of these. Khemri is probably going to be willing to be an ally. Cult of Sotek. Meh. Ghost of Pahwaks. How about trade agreements? Ah. Yes, Ghost of Pahwaks. This is what we wanted. Now let's do the Ghost of Pahwaks then, unless there's somebody else that we really want to trade with, and I don't think there is. There's also the Deserters of Kotep, which we could potentially ally with, but I really want the Ghosts because, once again, more likely that will be friendly. Don't bother balancing the offer because we can't propose that. Nice. And then hopefully we'll get friendly enough eventually to be able to non-aggress with them.
What?
We'll see. Military access, Ironbrow, Nordland, and I think the rest of the stuff. It doesn't matter. Oh, Nagaryth is almost willing to do a military access. Or military alliance, rather. Go for it. There we go. And, oh, they're willing to become our vassals right now, actually. We could vassalize them. I mean, we could obviously vassalize... Oh look, current car doesn't have... Oh, it doesn't have walls. I was about to say we could build our thing there. You don't have walls either? Clarkarond, also no walls. And by walls, I mean the defensive structure. You gotta be kidding me. Where are we supposed to build our damn outpost? And we do want one with these guys because they have some nice units that we could get. I guess car on car is the way to go, although it feels like it's probably going to be in danger. Oh well. Alright. Current card is War Coordination, Outpost, and where are you, car on car? Right here. Construct Outpost. It seems like there's probably a lot of death in Karandkar as well, being the slave gate and all, so it actually does kind of make sense to have a vampiric outpost there as well. Alrighty, now, several things. First of all, Lothern, oh, you're also willing to become a vassal. Should we just vassalize them? Because we can, maybe we should. I also want to check how close you are to peace. Not that close, eh? You know, I'll think about it. What else do we have to do right now? Rudy? You're good. Oh, we already checked everybody. Okay, I guess that's an end turn. And yeah, there's probably a few more things that we could upgrade. But let's wait till the end of the turn. Although, actually, Myrmidons is a decent pickup here. And there's a Gibbet here. Oh, I must have skipped this place. That's my bad. Actually, now that makes me want to just double check here. We are not able to upgrade you until next turn, so we're fine. We do need the walls at Varenka Hills, but I guess we'll do that next turn as well. Okie dokie. And actually, just out of curiosity, are you also vassalizable? You certainly are. And what about Ivres? Ivres really, 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 really not vassalizable. Huh, everybody else wants to, but, interesting. I'll have to think about it. What's your guys' opinion on this, considering the way that we got them to be friendly with us? But once again, it did work legitimately with the Knights of Caledor, and actually I consider it worked legitimately with the Ivres as well, simply because they have the... they had that plus 50 reputation from that building that we gave them, or that little territory.
We have much to discuss, and thou art
so maybe we should just go ahead and vassalize them all. You want us to join war against Goldtooth? Yeah, I get it. We also really need to send a vampire down here, but only after until we're done with the new enemies that are all going to spawn shortly. Alright, Ghost of Pahwaks, Cult of Sotek, yada yada yada, Cult of Pleasure, Thousand Maws, Clan Moors, aha! Queek's last fight. There we go. Let's fight this. This will be the last battle of the episode. It looks like it'll be a Pyrrhic victory. Fortunately for us, they don't seem to have anything in the way of doom wheels or anything like that, and really we just have to defeat the elites. Avalanche mortars need to be destroyed ASAP, so we'll be sending our bats and our doggos at them. And fortunately, we do have plenty of the bats and doggos to take care of this game, and save slingers as well. Looks good to me. Cinematic battle, destruction of Clan Moors. Here we go.
It is done.
Alright, Clan Moors will be the one done after After this, presuming that we succeed, this is looking like it might actually be a reasonably difficult fight, and thus a fun one. Now, granted, we have a bunch of basic units, but a lot of them are not buffed. In fact, none of them are buffed because we don't have red line buffs on our level 1 Lord, who obviously wouldn't be able to fight a level 21 Queek. On top of that, Queek has, I think, all of the regiments of renown, unless I'm mistaken, or are you missing one? Well, either way, he has most of the regiments of renown. The ogres, the plague monk censor bearers, the Viscrit's death squad, the death runners, the clan Vulcan tail slashers, clan rats, avalanche mortars, who are incredibly scary, but fortunately for us, the avalanche mortars can simply be overwhelmed with bats or wolves or something. We have the rattling guns regiment of renown, and then lastly the council guard. In fact, the 4 melee units. These 4 melee units could make a really decent army core for the enemy, and quite a lot more powerful than our army core, which is kind of unusual because it's the Skaven we're talking about, but oh well. Anyway, it's time. We are going to attack the enemy with all of our zombies. They are going to move in first with the hopes of essentially absorbing blows from those death globes, or those death mortars rather. Avalanche mortars, death globe mortar. It's a confusing name, damn it. You gotta love watching this particular unit work. It's just so enjoyable. I can't wait to get the same unit in my own Skaven campaign. There we go. They're obviously going to rip many a zombie apart, and probably the same thing to the skeletons once they switch targets to the skeletons, but the purpose here is essentially just to tie up all those enemy melee units with our piles of zombies, so that would allow us to move our fast movers around to flank. Our crypt ghouls are going around, our bats are about to fly overhead, and then over on this side we shall get our single unit, or both our units of doggos, rather. And they will move one side because I guess the crypt ghouls are over on this side. Now, in the meantime, the enemy decided to flank us as well by sending in their pit fighters of Hell's Deep, the rat ogre unit. Fortunately, rat ogres are not all that tanky. We should be able to rip them apart with their low armor and the anti-large on the skeleton spear. So we're just going to surround them with a few units and just hope that they that we don't get ripped apart for our trouble with the avalanche mortars. If the AI was smart, it would target this blob while the rat ogres were distracting us. Nice model of rat ogres as well. Alrighty, ooh, look at those fireworks. That thing's definitely taken out a couple of units of zombies at the least, but now the bats have arrived. They are going to be preventing them from firing. More bats are coming in, doggos and ghouls coming in as well, and the main battle is now engaged. In addition to that, the bats, as well as the doggos, are going to try to hunt down all these Skaven slave slingers. We obviously don't want them firing for, well, the entire battle, and they are probably the most fragile units here. Actually, no, probably about it. So definitely have the bats and the dire doggos rip them apart. And there we go. Still lots and lots of those units, but fortunately, while they may run fast with scurry away, they're not fast enough to get away from either bats or the dire doggos. Although obviously the dire doggos are much better at chasing down and killing running units than bats are. Alrighty, and in the meantime, we have all of those regiments of renown. The clan Vulcan tail slashers always looking fantastic with those glowing fiery swords. We've got the plague monk censor bearers here. We've got Viscrit's death squad, which is, I believe, in here somewhere as well. And where are they? There it is, Viscrit's death squad. Visktrin's death squad. Okay, close enough, damn it. And I think the regiment of renown of Stormvermin is actually separated, which is good for us because hopefully we can just focus them down. We also got to make sure that we keep away our vampire lord from Queek, as otherwise it ain't gonna be so good. Now, our losses are already fairly heavy. The enemy is doing a decent amount of damage, and, well, we should expect a lot of our units to die here. Oh, and it looks like our bats managed to force the Teethbreakers into melee, and similar, the Death Globe Mortars did the same thing. It seems like the AI in the third game has got this sort of programming to essentially force its ranged units closer to the melee front lines to try to protect them, I guess. I think that's why it's doing it. I definitely don't remember it doing it nearly as much in the second game, if at all. But the AI programming has definitely changed in the third game, so. Gotta make sure not to just rely on older habits. We do have our 2 corpse carts, and we really, really need that Vigor Mortis, so we definitely gotta be careful about getting those destroyed. This corpse cart here with Balefire is in weak binding, unfortunately for us. And oh, Balefire has been fixed. Oh, lovely. It's actually been fixed. It was broken in the previous patch, but now the imbuement to flaming and magical attacks does appear to be working, so all these units actually have that. Glorious. Now I don't feel as bad about actually using the Balefire corpse cards, especially now that this gives them a niche to be using against demonic factions. I gotta remember that one. Alrighty, but yeah, as I said, we really got to keep our corpse carts alive because we need the Vigor Mortis to at least partially close the gap between the enemy extremely elite units and ours, not so much. Viscrit's Death Squad's already... Visc-Trins, why am I unable to say that one? Melee attack, oh yeah, they have Weeping Blade, although to be fair, we don't really care about Weeping Blade because we have no armor on anything really anyway. It's all garbage units. So it's just, that part's wasted, but they can still dish out massive amounts of damage. Fortunately, the enemy is surrounded at this point by the numerical advantage that we have. Skaven probably not very used to fighting where they don't have the numerical advantage, although our numbers are rapidly dwindling. In fact, they're almost even. They're getting close there. The flanks have fortunately collapsed, both of the, as we saw, the slingers, which have both been killed here, or all 3 have been killed. I don't remember how many units were there. And then on this side, we have a unit of clan rats, and I think another unit of clan rats that was either chased off or killed. We're also going to try to surround and kill the rest of these Skaven Slave Spears and isolate this Council Guard unit, which has almost killed the corpse cart, so we really got to keep that away. Preserve the Vigor Mortis and the Balefire Glow. Alrighty, good job to the Storm Vermin. And oh, it almost looks like they're trying to go specifically for the corpse guard. I noticed them all just try to move towards it. I wonder if the AI is now capable of recognizing that it needs to destroy support units. I have been noticing that it does tend to target the Chaos War Shrines all the time with range. But I do wonder whether it's actually targeting it because it's a support unit or whether it's targeting it because it is a large unit instead, because they focus large units as well. Anyway, let's just check back on what we're doing here. Looks like Queek, where he's leading this particular portion of the battlefield, is sort of in the favor of the enemy. They've destroyed a lot of the units that attacked together with the Unholy Lodestone. We did get reinforcements that have come in from this side, the ones that destroyed that unit of Rad Ogres, and they moved in to help out. But there's a lot more enemies here, and it looks like the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, the Visc-Trins, Death Squad, and the Plague Pact Censor Bearers there are all in relatively good shape, and we are running out of troops to send at them. Though fortunately, once the Storm Vermin here are done, assuming that they don't kill everybody, we'll be able to send these guys to reinforce. Alrighty, keep working on those clan rats and all of those storm vermin. Yeah, I guess the problem with the storm vermin is going to be the fact that they are fairly heavily armored. We do have our ghouls around, though, so they should be able to take care of business and help out against the Council Guard as soon as they're done chasing around whoever they're chasing around here. We don't have a lot of units, man. See, as usual, I like to, as you guys know, summon a single unit of Crypt Horrors. One unit of Crypt Horrors would have really helped here. It would have made this battle so much easier, because they would have applied their splash damage and destroyed this unit while being in the blob. But since we don't have them, we have to slowly destroy units like this. Oh, you gotta love that glow in the distance from the, is that the Clan Moor's stone? What does that affect? Well, it's gone now. Alrighty, not much to say at this point. It's just blob on blob action. The balance of power, I think, has just shifted back and forth a couple of times, but hovering around even. Also, Queek has run at our poor Vampire Lord, who's very badly beat up now, using an invocation of Nehek and trying to get the heck out so that he doesn't get killed by Queek, whose stats are pretty damn nice. Can't be fighting him. We just have to distract him with skeletons or zombies or something. And, is Queek a faster runner than the vampire? I don't know, but we're going to send some skeletons to distract him to allow our vampire lord to get away. I think that if Queek had managed to actually kill the vampire, we might have actually lost this battle because most of our units would have probably crumbled due to the morale shock. And we still have this blob that we can't really do anything about yet. All of those regiments of renown elite units. They doing good. They doing damn good. And Queek is doing damn good as well. Good job, Queek. Keep on fighting, buddy. This is your last chance. You gotta fight for your survival.
They flee. We run.
Alrighty, killing those distracting skeleton warriors. And at this point, the balance of power is still even, but it looks like these storm vermin have nearly been destroyed. These are the council guard, of course, the white-furred storm vermin that are unbreakable and will fight to the last. But there's not many left of them. Completely overwhelmed. Getting a taste of their own Skaven medicine here. And hopefully the last unit will just die, because we need to send all of these units in as reinforcements, as we're basically out of units on this side. Unfortunately, our corpse carts have both been destroyed. This one got killed by one of these units. I think it was Vistrin's death squad, whereas the other one, I think, just ran out of leadership and exploded, unfortunately. But it was very badly damaged already, so it wasn't all that surprising. Fortunately, our direwolves have been cleaning house in the background together with the help of the bats, both hitting enemy units in the sides, but also chasing down any enemy runners, in the hopes that we can destroy this particular army completely, and then we won't have to chase after them and destroy them again. We gotta get rid of Moors, and it looks like these guys have destroyed the reinforcing skeleton spears over on both sides, and the blob remains. Ah, man, one pit of shades would have ended this battle. But yeah, look at that balance of power. 10 minutes in, and it's still just back and forth around like 45 to 55% in either way. They've got 400 units, we've got 1,000 and dropping, and the battle is still anybody's game. Gonna send in our lord to try to apply his terror to the units, though we do have to be really careful because he is in a blob of elites. And he could get killed very quickly, especially by Vistrin's death squad, but I think it would be wrong not to take advantage of the fact that he can apply terror. This is the lord that can apply terror, right? Fear, not terror. Yeah, he doesn't have the terror trait, but still, fear, useful.
Should we run? Flee.
Yes, you should run and flee, because we need you to. Alrighty, well now with our reinforcements having come in and the ghouls in, who are applying poison to those elites, it should make it a little bit easier, and the enemy will try to fight to the last here. What a glorious battle, what a glorious last stand for Queek. I love it. I absolutely love it. And the fact that the rats are still fighting, even as they're completely surrounded. 300 to 875. Queek has almost killed that distracting unit as well. He's got 371 kills. Damn, Queek. You gotta admit, that's pretty impressive. Good job, little buddy. He's a duelist. This isn't really what he's good at, but he's doing a great job. Let's watch him fight a little bit. I gotta feel bad now. He's so scrappy. And yeah, we really don't have anything that that can bring Queek down in this particular army. Like, we can slowly do damage to him, and we have been doing for 12 minutes straight. But yeah, he's got way too much armor, and we have no armor piercing without that unit of crypt cores. Now we're sending in the rest of our units. Our 5 units of bats that have been hovering around have gone overhead the blob in the center and have all dropped down in the center together with our lord, who we've just moved away to allow him to heal up a little bit. But now this is applying a little bit of extra units to those units that are protected from being surrounded. Granted, the bats are very weak, but they do have fairly high melee defense, which is kind of their point, so they should survive hopefully long enough to force a few more of these units to rout. You don't usually see a lot of glorious last stands like this for Skaven, so I really appreciate this for Moors' presumably last fight here. Usually the Skaven will have run, but this is obviously partially because the AI is a cheater and gets all the massive leadership buffs. Yeah, I remember in SFO, I don't remember which campaign it was. It might have been Mazda Mundi or Thorek. And I remember seeing Skaven slave leadership being higher than, I don't know whether it was Longbeards or something like that, but it was completely ridiculous. Ugh.
Not my fight.
And I absolutely get it. It's necessary because of the difficulty, but it just doesn't feel dwarful, you know? Anyway, our lord managed to survive just barely, though that weeping blade from that death squad is, of course, actually damaging to him, unlike the rest of our units who don't really care all that much about it, because they're already weak. And with that, the battle ends. It was actually a pretty close one. A hard-fought battle. Look how few melee troops or infantry we have. The few that we have are actually melting here. Our one quote-unquote elite unit of Crypt survived, and our bats and our doggos did, but we kept those primarily out of the fray. And yeah, we had a stack of garbage that we summoned with Edmund, and then we had the garrison garbage, but just giant pile of all those zombies and skeletons died. Anyway, we're gonna speed this up, chase everybody down, and the battle shall be over. I'm gonna try to kill Queek as well, although once again, because of his massive amount of armor, it's going to be difficult. I'm gonna send the ghouls and the doggos and the lord at him, in the hopes of bringing him down, but I don't know whether it'll succeed or not. Let's see. He's getting there. He's down to, what, 20% HP, maybe 15%? Ooh, but he's very close to the edge of the battlefield. Maybe he'll still be destroyed if the rest of his armies are... Oh, it's just a sliver of HP now. Come on, come on. Are you gonna die, buddy? And no, it looks like he got out of that one, unless there's a death animation, but I think we would have seen it, or maybe not. I guess we're about to find out. Definitely a Pyrrhic victory, and yeah, Queek earned that one. Queek absolutely earned that one. I mean, it was a defeat on his end, but it was absolutely a valiant defeat. Glorious. Man, oh man, what a send-off for Queek. That was very much hard fought, and all the credit where it's due. I mean, damn, he got 450 kills, nearly 500 kills for Queek. Ugh. Beautiful. 24,000 damage as well. Just like Warlord Nodwell, I am also very proud of Queek. And also quite proud of those Viscrit's Death Runners. I thought that they would be a lot more fragile than they turned out to be. Last unit on the field, or last infantry unit on the field, dishing out a massive amount of damage, which they're supposed to. But the fact that they didn't rout like everybody else was very impressive. And the fact that Queek survived the battle, I'd like to think that even with his factions destroyed, he will come back and somehow fight another day. Well done, little guy. We're gonna take the money because we don't need anything else, and he will either be destroyed or he's just gonna attack again. Okay, goodbye, Queen. Oh, what? You gotta be kidding me. Really? Game, are you kidding me? Okay, fine. Fine, Peter, go kill Queek. I mean, at least he deserves the honor of being killed by by one of our lords. We'll have the... Well, I guess we can have the cannons attack the... we can have the cannons attack his minions while Peter goes after him. Beautiful. And this both annoys me, but is also appreciated. The fact that he dies, or will die, attacking, rather than running away. And the fact that he attacked Peter is kind of hilarious as well. Anyway, everybody come back here. We'll have you two, and I guess you guys can be out front just in case. Mortis Engine here as well. You can be beside the Mortis Engine, and you can be beside the Mortis Engine as well. Peter, you can go kill Queek. And cannons, don't go after Queek, go after his chieftains. Alright, here we go. Let's go for, well, I guess we could do the Power Stone. You know what? Let's do a Breath. Oh, and this is, I guess, the first time we actually are using cannons here. I do the Breath. Let's see if he survives this. He will indeed survive it. All right, how much HP do you got, buddy? 137. All right, drop down on him. He better not run. And down he goes. Presuming that that actually did damage, no, it just knocked him around. Okay. Not to worry, one more hit should do. There we go, and he lost his head, but I'm sure he wanted to die in battle. All right, take care of that chieftain while the cannons take care of the other chieftain. I guess we could summon zombies, but there's no real need. You can Van Hell yourself as well, and Invocation yourself. Let's also send the Mortis Engine. Actually, we might as well be healing you while we're here. Actually, the chieftain is... Okay, fine, you know what? Ranged units come here as well. The cannons aren't doing very much damage, but this is the only battle we'll ever see them, because we're going to be replacing them with Fire Rain rockets pretty much immediately, so... Might as well watch them fire a few times. I like the sound. I like the sound of their firing. Quite nice. And, okay, you've killed the chieftain. Well done, Peter. You're also healing yourself quite nicely. Might as well heal up to full. And just keep attacking. Mortis Engine, go after the chief. In fact, just move away so that the cannons can still fire at it. We're gonna have to silence them after this, because they'll damage you otherwise. Come on, hit him one more time. There we go. One more volley. Alright, Mortis Engine, take care of him now. And who's crumbling over here? Oh no! They've summoned a bunch of clan rats. My bad. I probably should have sent out the knights as well. Right now, just speed it up to max. Battle's over. Pete, you done here? Nobody better die somehow. You wanna Van Hels yourself again? There we go. And then go kill the other guy. And just so he doesn't come back, let's actually go and manually chase him down. You guys are too slow, but the knights are not, so the knights can help out, though Peter should be able to get him as well. Pete, drop down, and with the knights, down goes Clan Moors. Alright. Beautiful. And nobody died, but well done to Queek once again. Damn, this is going to turn out to be a really long episode, ugh. I only say ugh because it takes forever to upload these. And I just want to make sure that the clan is destroyed with the end of this episode. Please don't crash now. This is not the time. Not after all that work. Let us... It's only 300 money. We're not even going to bother taking it. Alright, just... Hopefully nobody attacks us now. Count Noctilus, you want peace? I want you to be our vassal. Not yet. All right, we're gonna have to just send an army out there to manually vassalize him, as in, and defeat him. And oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, I guess I gotta call this episode here. We'll have to fight this next episode, and this could potentially be a loss if this is a if we're sallying out here and not in a minor settlement. Yeah. If we're sallying out here, this is going to be a lot more problematic. Maybe the Sylvanian crossbowmen will be able to bring them down. We do have a hell cannon that we need to bring down as well, with somebody who's fast enough. The direwolves are probably too weak? I don't know. No, maybe they will be able to take it out if they can manage to get through the gauntlet of enemy Chaos Warhands, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll start the next episode off with this, and even if we fail, we still have Renki nearby, or Roddy, rather, nearby to take care of it. So this will be a next time, plus whatever other battles we can see. I guess we'll be ending 2 episodes off with a preliminary pre-battle screen, but stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. Farewell to Queek. And thanks for watching.